Welcome to second PU online classes. In the last class we discussed about LCR resonance circuit. Now we are going to discuss sharpness of resonance and Q factor. If possible we will discuss about LC oscillations also. Now I am going to start the today's section with by recapitulating the yesterday's concept. In the yesterday's class we discussed about LCR circuit. In the LCR circuit, what is meant by LCR circuit? A circuit in which resistor, capacitor and inductor are connected in series combination is known as LCR circuit. This is the LCR circuit. LCR circuit. In LCR circuit, what we discuss here, we derive expression for current I is equal to, we can write V by R square plus XL minus XC whole square. This is root over. This is current, general current, and we derived one more condition, maximum current I max is equal to V by R. It is obtained when XL equal to XC. So here this is the condition, XL equal to XC is the condition for resonance. Already we discussed about this resonance condition. At resonance, at resonance current is maximum, so that is V by R. We discussed this. Here the resonating frequency omega naught is equal to 1 by root LC, that also we discussed in the last class. Next we discussed power P is equal to what we discussed, IRMS into VRMS into cos phi. This P is known as true power or actual power. IRMS into VRMS is known as virtual power. This is known as power factor. Sir, here P equal to true power or actual power. We derived this expression P is equal to IRMS into IRMS into VRMS into cos phi. Here cos phi is known as power factor. Here based on this power factor we can say what is the power loss in the circuit. We are going to discuss now. This is the last class. We ended this section, last session, by deriving this formula P is equal to IRMS into VRMS into cos phi. Now, sir, we know in LC at resonance, what is the condition? At resonance only impedance of the circuit Z is equal to, we can write impedance Z equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square whole power 1 by 2. This is 1 by 2. At resonance condition, this total term becomes 0. At resonance it becomes 0. Z equal to R. This is the resistance after by the circuit, and voltage and current. In case of resistor, in the last class we discussed, in case of a resistor current and voltage are in same phase. Are in same phase. So what is the power drop across the resistor? P is equal to IRMS into VRMS. So both are in same phase. Cos phi 0. So that is the IRMS into VRMS. This is the power drop across the resistor in case of resistor. Whereas if you consider either inductor or capacitor in combination with resistor, See, in case of LC circuit, I am considering only one circuit. Here one capacitor is there, one inductor is there. LC circuit. This is LC circuit. If we consider LC circuit, this is C, this is L. Now, what is power drop? General formula P equal to IRMS into VRMS into cos phi. So here current and voltage, in case of capacitor, current leads by a phase of pi by 2. In case of inductor, current lags by a phase of pi by 2. So the phase difference with respect to current and voltage, here cos phi equal to cos pi by 2. So 0. So power drop across the LC circuit is 0, since current and voltage are at a phase of pi by 2, whereas in case of resistor, current and voltage are in a phase of 0, the phase difference is 0. So power drop is equal to P equal to IRMS into VRMS. In case of LC circuit, power drop is 0. If you take LC circuit or LR circuit or LC circuit, LR or LC or LC circuits, in that power drop is 0. Now we are going to discuss some more about sharpness of resonance. Resonance condition we discussed, and sharpness of resonance. Sharpness of resonance, or we can say Q factor. Sir, I am going to draw a graph between power drop and angular frequency omega. This is power. So if you draw a graph, we are getting a curve like this. Sir, power drop in the circuit is maximum. We have a formula P equal to I square R. Current is maximum at resonance circuit, and the maximum current I max equal to what we are getting, V by R. This is the maximum current. So current is maximum, then power drop is maximum. So power drop in the circuit is maximum at resonance frequency, I can take omega naught. Now at 2 points, I am going to write one more point. At 2 frequencies, that would be, this is omega 1 and omega 2. At these 2 frequencies, power drop in the circuit is the half of the maximum power drop. I am going to write one more time. At omega 1 and omega 2, the power drop in the circuit is the half of the maximum power drop. That means at these points, at this point, it is P max. Power drop is, I will write clearly, this is P max. At omega 1 and omega 2, at omega 1 and omega 2, I am going to write clearly, at omega 1 and omega 2, the power drop in the circuit is half of the at omega 1 and omega 2, the power drop in the circuit is half of the maximum power, that is P. That is P is equal to P max by 2. What is P, sir? P equal to I square R. P max is equal to I max square by R by 2. Sir, here R gets cancelled. R gets cancelled. Then what you will get? I is equal to I max by 2. So at these points, at omega 1 and omega 2, the current is half of the maximum current. So what is the expression for maximum current? In the last class we derived I max is equal to, we have a formula, expression for current in the circuit, V by root over R square plus XL minus XC whole square. This is general current. I maximum current. Maximum current is equal to V by R. So I am going to substitute these two values in this equation. If you substitute, what is the equation we are getting? I am going to explain now. So better to write up to here. If you use I equal to I max by 2, I am rubbing this diagram also. Here what will be the condition? To get the half of the power drop, condition is I is equal to I max by 2. So what is I? V by root over R square plus XL minus XC whole square equal to V by 2R. These two gets cancelled. So shall I do the cross multiplication and squaring on both sides? Doing cross multiplication and squaring on both sides, what we are getting? So root 2R. We are getting the relation I square is equal to I max. So we will get I is equal to I max by root 2. So I equal to I max by root 2. Then here I value V by root over R square plus XL minus XC whole square, and V equal to I max value V by R. So substitute these two values, then do the cross multiplication and squaring on both sides, then what we will get? Root 2R is equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square whole root. Squaring on both sides, if you do squaring on both sides, then I will get 2R square is equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square. Then bring this R this side, then what you will get finally? R square is equal to XL minus XC whole square. So from this I will write R equal to XL minus XC. This is the condition. Now come to the graph. The difference between omega, omega naught and omega 2. So distance between these two, the difference between omega 1 and omega naught. Sir, I will write clearly. This is important section. So this is the curve. We are getting this curve. This curve we are getting. These are half power points. This half power point, that is omega 1, omega naught and omega 2. The distance between omega and omega naught is I am going to take delta omega. The distance between omega naught and omega 2 I am going to write delta omega. So the difference is same. The difference between omega 1 and omega naught and omega 1 is same. The difference between omega 2 and omega also same. So I am going to write, so shall I write this value omega 1 value or omega 2 value I will write as omega 2 is equal to omega naught plus omega. This one equation. Next. I am going to write omega 1 is equal to omega naught minus delta omega. Omega 2 is equal to omega naught plus omega. These are the two relation between half power frequencies and resonance frequency. So I am using XL value 1 by omega c. So I can write R is equal to 1 by omega, XL is equal to omega L, XL is equal to omega L, X is equal to 1 by omega c. So in this omega, so this is the curve, this is the R is equal to omega L minus omega c. This curve satisfies any point on this any point in this equation. So I am going to substitute one of the equation. So R is equal to omega 2 L minus 1 by omega 2 into C. Now what is omega 2? I can write R is equal to omega 1 into LC minus omega 1 into C. We can use either of the equation. So I can write, so this equation we can write R is equal to omega L minus 1 by omega C, R is equal to omega 2 L minus 1 by omega 2 C, or R equal to omega 1 L minus omega 1 into C. We can use any of the equation. I am using this equation. By using this equation, what I am going to write, R is equal to, what is omega 2? Omega 2 value omega naught plus delta W into L at resonance. What is the condition? At resonance XL is equal to XC. At resonance, that also remember. Omega naught plus delta omega into LC minus 1 by omega naught plus delta omega into C. Now I am going to take omega common in these two equations. If you take omega naught common, then what we will get? 1 plus delta omega by omega naught into L. Here also take, the denominator C. Here also take omega naught common. If you take omega naught common, 1 plus delta omega by omega naught into C. I am writing C this side. Sir, at resonance we are getting, better to write this L here, we can understand clearly. At resonance XL equal to XC. Here, 1 minute. We have a condition at resonance. At resonance, what is the condition? XL equal to XC. What is XL? Omega L. X is equal to 1 by omega C. So instead of 1 by omega C, 1 by omega C is replaced by XL, sir, omega naught L. Then what we will get, sir? Omega naught L into 1 plus delta omega by omega naught minus omega naught L into 1 by omega naught L by 1 plus delta omega by omega naught. Sir, in the form in these two, shall I take omega naught L common? If you take omega naught L common, then what will get? 1 plus delta omega by omega naught minus 1 by 1 plus delta omega by omega naught. Sir, this in the form of 1 by A. 1 by A can be written as A power minus 1. So by using that expression, what we can get? Omega naught L 1 plus delta omega by omega naught minus 1 plus delta omega by omega naught whole power minus 1. So if you go with binomial expansion, then what we will get? Omega naught L into 1 plus delta omega by omega naught minus of, sir, we have a formula 1 plus x power minus 1 equal to, or minus n I can write, minus n equal to 1 minus n into x plus n x square. Like that we can get alternate plus and minus. So I am not taking higher terms, so I will go with this expression. Then what I will get? 1 minus delta omega by omega. So multiply with minus, then what we will get? Omega naught L 1 plus delta omega by omega naught minus 1 plus delta omega by omega naught. Delta omega by omega naught, this minus can cancel, so we will get omega naught in omega naught L, omega naught L by 2 delta omega by 2 delta omega by omega naught. This cancel, then what we will get? This is R is equal to 2 delta omega by I am writing R equal to 2 delta omega into L. So from this 2 delta omega equal to R by L. 2 delta omega equal to R by L we are getting. Now I am going to explain the Q factor. This is bandwidth. One minute. In this expression, Q factor, what is the definition of Q factor? The difference between the two half hour frequencies is known as bandwidth. I am going to write the definition of bandwidth. The difference between two half power frequencies. The difference between two half power frequencies is called bandwidth. So here the difference between two half power frequencies is called bandwidth. So here omega 2 minus omega 1, how much you are getting, sir? Here delta omega, this is delta omega. So now only we derived omega 1 we are getting right as omega naught minus delta w. Omega 2 is equal to omega naught plus delta w. Take the difference, omega 2 minus omega 1 equal to omega delta omega plus omega naught minus omega plus delta omega. Then this minus omega naught plus omega naught gets cancelled. So you will get 2 omega. This 2 omega equal to R by L. Bandwidth, the difference between the two half power frequencies. What are the two half power frequencies? Omega 1 and omega 2. Then how we define Q factor? Q factor can be defined as the ratio of, we are getting 2 omega equal to R by L. Next, quality factor, Q factor. Q factor can be defined as a ratio of resonance frequency to the bandwidth. Q factor formula, ratio of resonance frequency. Ratio of resonance frequency Ratio of resonance frequency to the bandwidth. So this is quality factor. Now if I substitute these values, we are getting bandwidth is equal to R by L. Resonance frequency, how much we are getting, sir? R by L. So resonance frequency omega equal to how much we will get? Now I am rubbing this diagram also. So if I substitute this quality factor, the formulas, resonance frequency omega equal to 1 by root LC. Bandwidth is equal to 2 delta omega equal to 1 by R by L. So can I write Q is equal to omega naught by 2 delta omega. What is omega? Sir, this is omega naught. Omega naught is equal to 1 by root LC into 1 by 2 omega. So this become reciprocal. L by R only we are getting. So if you write L as root L into root L, I am going to write this as root AB can be written as root AB can be written as root A into root B. So root L into root C. So this also I can write as root L into root L divided by R. So these two gets cancelled. So finally we are getting Q factor equal to 1 by R into root over L by C. This is the expression for quality factor. Sir, why we are finding the quality factor? What is the significance of sharpness of resonance? Now we are going to discuss now. So this is about derivation part. So we are getting sharpness of resonance or Q factor by using the half power points. Then what is the use? What is the use of sharpness of resonance? See, the entire chapter is going around this graph only. These are the two half power points. This is omega 1, omega 2. This is omega naught. Now, see, as the distance between omega 1 and omega naught keep on decreasing, the sharpness of resonance is increasing. That means current is maximum. So this is an application. This application is used in the radio stations. As we keep on tuning the circuit. While what is the meaning of tuning the circuit? We are keep on increasing the current. If you keep on increasing the current at a particular value of current, we can get the maximum current, and at that current power drop is maximum, we can get the better signal strength. To get the better signal strength, we are using quality factor and sharpness of resonance. At this is mainly used in the radio stations. So we are using assume 20 Hz, 25 Hz, 30 Hz. So this is a radio station. So in this we have getting 21, 22, 23. So at 20 I will get the, if keep on changing, at 20 we will get the, you are at 17, 18, 19, 20. At 20 we can get signal strength is maximum. We will get the good clarity. As we move from 20 to 25, we can observe more noise. At 25 we will get maximum clarity. So to get the maximum clarity, we are using the tuning of the circuit. This is tuning of the circuit is nothing but we are keep on changing the frequencies to get the desired frequency. At desired frequency, power drop is maximum, and we can get the good quality of audio and video. This is about sharpness of resonance and quality factor. Now one more concept is there, that is LC oscillations. This is also very important. LC oscillations. Sir, LC oscillations, we studied about capacitor in we studied more about capacitor in capacitors. We studied inductor about more in electromagnetic induction. We know what is the definition of capacitor. Capacitor capacitor stores energy. Sorry. Capacitor stores energy in electric field. Okay, whereas capacitor stores energy in electric field. What is the energy stored in capacitor? UC is equal to half CV square. Inductor stores energy. What is the definition of inductor? Inductor is a device which stores energy in magnetic field. Inductor stores energy in magnetic field. Magnetic field. So what is the inductor energy? UL is equal to half Li square. This is the energy. And expression for energy stored in the capacitor is half CV square. Expression for energy stored in the inductor is half Li square. Okay. Now remember this. In case of simple pendulum, we studied. I want to correlate LC oscillations with SHM. How I am. See, this is the mean position. So this is O. I am going to write A, B, or I can write this is O, mean position A, B. At mean position, it has maximum kinetic energy. Okay, as the pendulum bob keep on moving forward, total kinetic energy converted into potential energy. So we can say energy at A, total energy at O equal to total energy at O equal to total energy at A. So in this simple pendulum motion, we can say energy neither created nor destroyed, one form of energy converted into other form. At B it has potential energy, at O it has kinetic energy, at A has potential energy. So I can write PE at B, potential energy at B is equal to kinetic energy at O equal to potential energy at A. So here energy of the oscillator do not change. At B it has potential energy form. Once it reaches to O, it has total potential energy converted into kinetic energy, but magnitude of energy remains same only. Then here it has total kinetic energy. Total kinetic energy is converted into potential energy. So here what we observe, energy is converted from potential energy to kinetic energy, but magnitude of energy at any position remains constant. In the same manner, if you consider LC, I am going to consider LC oscillator. Here what will happen? If I consider LC oscillator, so this is a LC, this is capacitor, this is inductor. I am connecting to a battery. Like this. So this is battery, capacitor, inductor. Now what will happen? If I switch off the circuit, if key is closed like this, key is closed, then what will happen? The total energy is stored in the capacitor. Inductor opposes the growth of charge or decay of charge. That means here no current flows through the inductor. The total charge keep on flowing through the capacitor. As a result, one plate gets positive charge, positive, other plate gets negative. So here total energy of the battery is stored in the capacitor. Now if I remove the battery, if I open the circuit, what will happen? The energy stored, the charge stored in the capacitor starts moving toward the inductor. So here total energy stored in the capacitor is the total charge stored in the capacitor is moving through the inductor. So here what will happen? The capacitor uses as a battery. So as the charges keep on moving, capacitor keep on losing the energy. So here capacitor keep on losing energy, inductor keep on gaining the energy. So as the cycle is going on, here the total energy stored in the capacitor becomes 0 and the total energy stored in the capacitor coming to inductor. Now then what will happen? Inductor starts giving the charge. Then capacitor gets charged. So whatever the energy stored in the LC oscillation, the total energy is circulating in at a certain point of time. Some total energy stored in the capacitor. At the certain instant of time, total energy is stored in the inductor. After some time, inductor gives total energy to the capacitor. After some time, capacitor gives total energy to the inductor. So here what we observe, energy is oscillating between inductor and capacitor at regular intervals of time. This phenomenon is known as LC oscillations. Once again repeating, once the battery stops, once we stop the battery, then the charge stored in the capacitor starts discharging. Inductor opposes the growth. So if you observe, if we apply the Kirchhoff law for this circuit, VC is the voltage across the capacitor. We know when we move from negative to positive, gain occurs, so V become positive plus VC. So in case of inductor, drop occurs, VL equal to 0. VL equal to 0. VC minus VL equal to 0. We have a condition. VL is equal to, I am going to write, I am neglecting the negative sign, plus L di by dt. I am taking only magnitude. Then what we will get, sir? VC is equal to VL. What is VC? Q by C. Q is the instantaneous charge and Qm is the maximum charge stored in the capacitor. VC equal to Q by C. VL is equal to L into di by dt. Now, we have a relation, I is equal to dq by dt only. So shall I substitute this I in this equation? Then what I will get? Q by C equal to L into di by dt of d by dq by dt. Then what will get? Q by C equal to L into d square q by dt square. Bring this L this side. D square q by dt square equal to q by LC. Then d square q by dt minus q by LC equal to 0. Sir, this equation is resembles equation of SHM. What is the equation of SHM? I can write d square y by dt square plus omega square into y equal to 0. Sir, please listen. Here I am going to take as minus dq by dt. Sir, why you are taking minus? Here if I take, since charge on the capacitor keep on decreasing, so the charge keep on decreasing, so the decreasing charge I am going to represent it by minus. So here you will get minus. Here I can write minus. So this minus coming this side plus. Once again repeating. So sorry for inconvenience. Here I equal to minus dq by dt I am going to write. Why we are writing minus dq by dt, sir? Here charge on the capacitor keep on decreasing. So decreasing charge is represented by minus. So if I substitute this I value, here I L into di by dt. Here what is I? Minus dq by dt. So you will get minus L into d square q by dt square. So d square q by dt square is equal to minus q by LC. So bring this term. So if you compare the terms here, y equal to q, then if you compare the terms, omega square is equal to 1 by LC. So here omega equal to 1 by root LC. You are getting now? This is omega is the resonance frequency. Resonance frequency equal to 1 by root LC. So this is about SHM. Now I can write equation of this solution of the second order equation. Solution for second order equation can be written as Q equal to Qm into cos omega t plus phi. Here solution for second order equation, Qm is equal to Q equal to Qm into cos omega t plus phi. So up to here please remember. Now tomorrow I will continue this LC oscillations with phasor diagrams.